not in one meeting, in one session, but I think I just capture it not in a very technical way, in a very easy way. I think it's just to encourage everybody in terms of getting therapy or help and the benefits of coming for it. For me, it's my one session with you, Depthy, was really fulfilling. I was in a point where I feel like everything is crashing, from relationship to money, you know. And out of a session with you, we first dealt with the relationship and how the thought process and the negative aspects of how I was feeling in terms of my thinking, my how I deal with things every day. Most importantly is that I now feel very different from that day. I actually can put my mind together and know which days I feel low and which days I feel high. And right now I can count less low days as opposed to high days. I practice a lot of meditation now. I also talk a lot to myself in terms of positive vibe. And in terms of the anger I felt, I have learned to nurture it down in terms of using it effectively in the right things. Yeah. I don't have any anger issues anymore. I don't feel any anger pertains anything I went through before. I now understand why the rage was there and why it doesn't work right now. It's not the emotion to have right now. I have clear mind now. I'm working on myself. I've actually been very, very occupied in terms of keeping myself fit. Also trying to get myself together in terms of my goals. What now? What will I do for myself? Henceforth, what ambitions do I have? To recollect myself in terms of what goals did I have prior, and what do I see I need to do now and for the future. I'm doing it now. I've also had a very good time also in terms of how to work on my money issues, which come to how I spend my day. Do I spend my 8 to 5 making things work, where I put food money on the table? Or am I spending my hours right? Am I reading the right books? I've actually been reading books more of into growing financially, in terms of wealth, also self-esteem, which plays a big role in terms of also, yeah, in terms of financing, working, relationships. I think it's a core for a lot of things to keep life happening. I've actually been spending more time in the evening reading and meditating, and in the daytime, at my time now, I spend most of my time trying to keep my work issues in line. It doesn't mean every day I bring money on the table, but I always make sure that I'm doing something towards that. It may not be very visible today, but I know it has an impact every day once put together. I've also been checking the context of investments and why maybe I may have a different approach in terms of investments. It also has to do with how I've been, what circumstances I've been through before. I've also learned not to really look at how things go in terms of old experiences. I'm learning to nurture new experiences and how life happens at the current age today. I can only say therapy is really important. If only everybody would realize the importance of just accepting things really can go wrong and doesn't mean it's the end. It would be better to talk to a therapist if it doesn't work out talking to people, because sometimes also collecting ideas from everybody could actually be working against things. I actually tried talking with people, and I could only say I was feeling even more overwhelmed than I was when I talked to a therapist, because now I can keep my mind and thoughts aligned to what works for me. I think everybody else works with their emotions and also emotions towards my situation. They don't have clear minds towards objectives. But I think when one talks to a professional or a therapist, it's very objective towards growth. I can only say I've also not taken away my friends. They're still there, they're my friends, but I can now see clearly in terms of what I want and what they want, because much of what information I would get is what they would need for me in terms of their own ideas. It has nothing to do with me. I can see more impact also in my relationship with my family. Yeah. I have learned to embrace everybody as they are and to understand what tactics I need to learn in terms of dealing with everybody as they are. I can't change them, but I have to learn how to cope and live with them. And sometimes I've also realized from the last session we had, I've been applying the fact that everything is in the mind. These are thoughts. And if I keep thoughts that are harming me, they may actually cause more pain. It's up to me to let go of those thoughts peacefully, maybe through meditation or hopono. And that way I can give room for things that will make me grow. I've actually also had a moment where I've also have to make peace with the fact that not I shouldn't expect everybody to do things according to how I feel things should be. If that's the way, then people will continue hurting me because everybody does things according to their own perspective, which may not be the way I see things. So I really don't. I've learned to work with my thought process in terms of keeping things in line with what works for me. And I don't really have to make so much change on people's ideas. I don't have to really also try and make things work in terms of my thoughts for other people. I can only change what is within me and what my expectations are. I'm spending a lot of time reading what can help me grow and what habits I can correct. I've been reading books in terms of wealth and understanding how the history of wealth and financing has been. I've also been reading books in terms of investing and also good habits, like why it's important to have a good routine in the daytime, waking up at a certain time in the morning and sleeping at a certain time in the morning and planning out the day in terms of what needs to be done. Also knowing what time I need to also spend with my family because I need to keep a balance in line. Yeah, but I can only say there's so much I've really gained and I can accept. I've been in anxiety, a point of anxiety during my crashing moments. I've faced stress, felt very confused, like, my relationships will never work. I felt we are in a midlife crisis where I don't know which career works for me. I've been working here, it's not working out. But through therapy, I'm now able to see more clear where I'm more aligned to be or what I want to do, what I want to achieve, what can I do at this time. Yeah, I can only encourage. Yeah, especially when someone feels lost. It's part of life. I think life is a balance of doing or being there where you feel you know everything to a point where you feel like you don't know anything. And I think therapy should be something positively taken. It shouldn't be something stereotyped for just people who are lost and anything. Life is a journey where sometimes you may get lost. You need to ask for your way, and it is all right to ask for therapy. Yeah. So I'm most grateful to Depthy. I feel I don't want to lose you again because I may need you, not just for relationship advice, not just for financial advice, I may need you also where I need to make plans on a project, or goals that are more aligned with achievements. Yeah, not just disasters. Yeah, I think it's part of the process of therapy. You come in with all your baggage, whether it's achievements or it's just your crashing moments, and they're normal. I can only say right now I feel good. At some point I couldn't wake up from bed. It was a crashing moment. Yeah, and I think if I went on like that, I would not be here. I would not be talking this way. I would actually be in bed right now. Yeah, maybe cooking would be an issue. I'd cook weird meals, because I just want to cook. Not that my mind is there. My mind would be on other things, meaning I can't give my whole to my responsibilities, which is very dangerous. Yeah. Yeah.
Really appreciate that. And as I can know that you're still practicing Ho'oponopono, you're practicing gratitude, you have applied each and everything that I have said. Means most people just listen to it. In the therapy session, they get the incitement and enlightenment, the embodiment that they will get. But after getting out of the therapy sessions also, few less people follow all the, each and everything that I say. Okay, so you are one of them that follows each and everything that I say, and you have literally mentioned everything that I said in our past two previous sessions that we had. You have mentioned each and everything, and I really appreciate that you're continuing, and I will be there for you forever. So don't be afraid of losing me. We're always there. We're always there. We'll be in touch. So we are quite together. Always lifetime support will be there for you. So it
Yes.
could be personal, it could be health, it could be wealth, it could be career, any area of your life. I'll always be there to support you. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's what you say. There's a connection.
Sorry, you said something about stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel sick anymore. I've learned to embrace my chakras and to use more practices that keep me whole in terms of all my chakras, from my mind to my root chakra. From the crown to the root, I try to practice at least one chakra or anything that would stimulate all my chakras. I could only say before I had tummy aches. I don't have them anymore. But it has to do with my self-esteem. It has to do with everything we talked about. It has to do with
importance.
Importance, yes. Everything that was affected during that time when I was having a crash. I'm also trying to also repolish my other chakras. It doesn't mean just because I had an issue with my stomach that I can't practice anything else. I'm trying to keep aligned with that, and also to keep myself in touch with good energy, and to avoid energy thieves, the confrontations, which I had issues with, people who talk to me and I feel drained. Those friendships I was talking about, where you go and call and you're looking for assistance, and you even feel worse off, like you're drained. You don't really know exactly what intention all these energies are. I've also learned to take note of different energy seekers, to be aware of who's around me, what sort of energy are they bringing. So I can only say I'm also practicing much more, not just gratitude, not just Ho'oponopono. I'm also trying to keep my chakras in check and my energies, trying to surround myself with the right energies. Yeah. So it's a journey, and I think it's the best practice. You use your day in the right way. Yeah. And also my belief system, I'm keeping it in check, I just need to also keep myself spiritually nourished, yeah, so that I may have something to look at. Yeah.
That's true.